In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete these new NBA playoff flashback challenges as fast as possible and also as easily as possible, because I know, like I did myself, a lot of people are struggling with one specific challenge that we'll talk about here later in the video, but I also want to give you guys my tips to help you guys beat these earlier on challenges and just go over how to complete these challenges as fast as possible, to get through them as quick as possible, to get the dark matter pack, and then also for ones that are a little bit more difficult, obviously how to complete those ones like the Bob Dandridge, the Lowry, maybe if you're struggling with Robert Parish as well, because these ones like where you just have to win a triple threat game, I mean, I'll just quickly talk about a method to get it done faster, but they're super easy to complete. I don't think anybody's going to be struggling against Diamond Derek Fisher, Diamond Robert Ory, and I mean, I guess Galaxy Opal Shaq could cause you a little bit of problems, but it's a triple threat game. I think on semi-pro difficulty, it is super easy to complete. So what I do on defense is I just let them score, to be completely honest with you, because with the cards I have and with the ability to just shoot over top of anybody, I feel like I get a three-pointer every single time. I literally let Beasley or Wemby run to the corner, pass the ball to the three-point line, and shoot a wide open three. That's all I do to get this done fast and to get it done as easily as possible. I will literally let them go score, right? I just say Derek Fisher, whoever, run up the court. Preferably if they take a two, that's better, just because in case we start struggling, you know, they're only taking twos. But again, pass the ball to the corner, shoot the wide open three. That's how you get it done as fast as possible. I don't try to run pick and roll. I don't try to ISO. I don't try to post up. I literally just let my players get to the corner. The CPU sags off them so much that you can literally just shoot wide open and get that one done very easily. Now, to talk about Derek Fisher, because now you have to take Diamond Derek Fisher into your lineup, and now you have to go hit a game-winning shot with this Diamond Derek Fisher. So the best method to get this one done is basically just Bro, I was not trying to pass it to that dude. I was trying to explain. Let me click on Derek Fisher first. What I do is I run to Wemby, and then I basically just flare out to the three-point line and take a wide open three. This one might take a couple tries if you're like me, and I honestly suck with this Derek Fisher card, but what I try to do is sometimes I set you up in different scenarios, is run towards Wemby and then just literally flare out at the last second, and you should get a wide open look. I'm telling you guys, I am horrible with this card's jump shot. This one actually takes me a couple tries. This is the best setup though, in my opinion, because what I'm going to do is run towards Victor Wembanyama, face out to the three-point line. I don't know why I said face out. I meant flare out. Dude, can I green with this card's jump shot? Holy man, I literally suck with this card's release, because this one actually takes me a couple tries, because I just can't green with him. I mean, it's like one of the worst jump shots in this game, in my opinion, but once you get the timing down, I mean, it's a wide open three. Dude, Evan, man, can I make a three-pointer? Dude, you literally just have to score 2 points. You don't have to take a three. I just do because it's easier. You can probably just like flare back door. You can probably just go back door and score a layup if you really need to. Yeah, you can even do that if you need to. Now to talk about Kyle Lowry's challenge, because now we have to go into a game with Kyle Lowry and we have to score 26 points. At least I think it's 26. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, score 26 points to Kyle Lowry. Now, Lowry is an undersized guard with maybe not the greatest jump shot in this world, so this one could be a little bit challenging. For me, I do think there's a couple tips in this one specifically we can talk about with Lowry. It really depends if you can green his jump shot or not. If you can't, you're probably just going to want to run a lot of pick and roll and try to get him downhill, because again, he doesn't have the best jump shot in this world. But what I try to do is force him just to go to the three-point line, and I'll show you guys what I mean here in a second. So you want to go into a 5-out spacing. You guys want to set up your freelance to 5 outs just so you have better spacing here. Now I want him to go to the corner, so I'm going to have Luol Deng come set me a screen, and what I do is I will literally drive and I will kick, and he should have a sort of wide open three, because Curry's going to be sagging off every single time. So what I like to do is have Kyle Lowry get to that corner, and again, to get this done as fast as possible, you don't have to win the game. Let them shoot a three with Curry every single time. If they want to hit every single three, they're going to hit every single three, and to me that doesn't matter because I'm not really worrying about that. So again, I want Lowry to go to the corner, and it looks like he's going to go to the corner. You don't even have to run a pick and roll. You could probably just pass this, but I like to kick, dish it out, or sorry, I like to drive, kick, and dish it out to a wide open three. If you can green his jump shot, that's probably the fastest and easiest method. You could also go for like some pluck steals as well. You know, get a steal there on Curry, and then now we can kind of just push in transition. Probably just take the layup here. Don't want to risk taking a contested three. And now we have a quick 8 points. Again, this one is super easy in my opinion. Lowry's jump shot is not like horrible. It's not the best jumper in the world, but you guys want to really practice your bump steals, because trust me, it's going to come in handy being able to get bump steals for a specific player, aka Bob Dandridge, because oh my god, I literally have horror stories. I have nightmares from that card. But again, drive, kick it out to Lowry, wide open. Are you going to miss a couple shots here and there? Of course. I mean, he doesn't have a great jump shot, probably not a super high three ball, but I don't think his challenge is realistically that hard, as long as you guys are following the step of basically just get him to the corner, get him wide open, and I mean, it just comes down to timing his jump shot, which again, you're gonna miss some. I miss some too. I don't go perfect with this card because he doesn't have the best jump shot in this world. If you're struggling to hit a jump shot with Lowry, what you can do is run to a wing, call pass and screen away to get the best spacing possible, and then just call pick and roll with your center and try to take them off the dribble and look to get downhill. You're going up against Curry, who, I mean, I guess got the block there. But yeah, I just recommend taking threes. But if you are struggling with that, just basically spam pick and rolls, try to get to the basket and shoot with Lowry. I wouldn't try to take any, shots off the dribble from three-pointer, but a layup like that can work and get you some easy buckets. But again, I just recommend handling the ball with your shooting guard or small forward or whoever, getting Lowry to the corner, and then just either passing to the corner right away and shooting, or driving and kicking to get maybe Curry to sag off a little bit more. But if you need to, run a lot of pick and roll. Don't try to shoot like contested threes or off the dribble threes. Just try to get to the basket for a layup. You'll get and ones, you'll get wide open layups. But again, I think the best and fastest way is just with that corner three ball with Kyle Lowry. Now this is another, I think, triple threat game. Again, not going to talk about that. It's super easy to complete. Now, probably the reason why you guys clicked on this video is to complete this challenge is Bob Dandridge. Now, I will recommend I run him at the small forward position. There's a kind of a reason for this, but it doesn't really work if you can't green his jump shot, and I cannot green his jump shot, but I like to run him at the small forward position. You can obviously put him at shooting guard if you guys want to. Now, I know this is why most people clicked on the video, and I'm going to preface and say this right away. You are going to struggle. As much as I can give you tips and tricks, I struggle with this challenge myself. The first time I did it, it took me till the fourth quarter to complete. The second time I did it on the no money spent, I kind of figured out a faster way to do this, and I wasn't focused on taking threes with this card, and I'll show you guys how to score twos with him. But again, I struggle with this challenge both times. Mainly my first time. The more that I've done it, the better I've gotten at the challenge. But I'm telling you guys right away, do not expect to complete this in the first quarter and get it done really fast. You need 36 or 37 points with Bob Dandridge. Again, once again, set up your freelance, go into a 5-out spacing. Now, I will say, when you run the pick and roll with him, he rarely ever gets open. It's hard to get him down low here. Usually the opponent gets a steal, but we can green a very tight contested layup. Now, what you guys want to do for that is put your controller setting onto layup timing and put it onto high risk reward. You are not going to be able to make that layup if you had it on real player percentage, or if you had it on a different reward system. You want to make sure it's on high risk reward for your layup timing profile if you're able to time your jump shots. If you're not able to, that is perfectly okay. But here's what I'm talking about. Here's where you guys want to, if possible, try to get bump steals. Now, how to get a bump steal is basically you just want to run at a certain angle to try to get the steal. As you guys can see, we didn't get it there, and that's perfectly okay. What else I can also recommend is running a lot of corner pick and rolls. So again, if you can green with this card, I cannot. I will show you guys his jump shot. I feel like it's genuinely impossible. But again, the corner kick out is the best way to get an open look. I can't green with that jump shot though. I swear to God, he does not have a green window. And I'm telling you guys, I cannot agree with them. But as you guys see, we got that bump steal. Now we're going all the way. Now we're getting that wide open dunk. It's going to be a way to get some easy free points, just making sure you're not getting too many fouls, obviously, with Bob Dandridge. Again, you can go for steals with other cards as well. And if you get a pluck steal there, maybe you could have gone for like a fast break transition layup or dunk with Bob Dandridge, because that is the best way to score with this card. It is very hard to score in the half court when the defense is set and you're trying to run like a pick and roll. Now, another way you can score with this card is by running to the corner with Bob Dandridge. This one doesn't always work, but what I like to do is run a corner pick and roll and try to just get to the basket off this. Now, again, it's not going to work every single time because, again, Bob Dandridge is probably the worst card I've ever seen. But what I like to do is run a pick and roll out of the corner. For me, I think if you get him if you get him stuck at the right time, I'll kind of show you guys what I mean there. If you get him stuck kind of on the pick and roll here with Jason Kidd, we got George Gerving stuck, or whoever that is. Now, this defender has no idea what he's doing, especially if it's a guard, and we were able to drive in and take a wide open layup, right, and get it to drop. So that's how I'm easily able to score with this Bob Dandridge card. We already have, what, 6 points just by getting that one steal and then a couple layups. That's how I scored literally all my points with him. I'm recommending you guys not to take a 3-point shot. As much as you probably want to take threes to get it done faster, I'm telling you guys, don't even try to attempt a jump shot with this card. I've heard some people say that fades work and fades are a good way to score with this card. I haven't tested out fades with him, but I'm telling you guys right now, the way that I complete this, you just want to know that it's going to take a while to do. It is going to take a while. You are going to struggle a ton. What you guys can also do is just run a pick and roll normally. You know, just from the wing is the best spot that I like to run it from. And I will say the defender that's on you in the first quarter is actually a very good defensive card. I think it's like Larry Keenan, so it's kind of hard to run pick and roll with Bob Dandridge as the ball handler. So again, I like to run those corner pick and rolls. To me, they just seem to work the best for me and how I play personally, I guess, and just, you know, kind of what works for me. So again, we're gonna call Jason Kidd here. We're gonna try to get some spacing, get him stuck on that screen, look to drive in, pump fake, and see if we can get this layup to drop, and we don't, and that's perfectly okay. This is going to be a challenge that is going to take you some time, and I will say, once you get to the bench and once you get to the second quarter, it is going to make this challenge a lot easier to complete with getting bump steals. I might even flash forward to that to show you guys what I do mean, because once I sub in the gold cards, you are able to get bump steals a lot quicker. What you guys can also do is you can also kind of, you know, if they're going to take a three, you can kind of just flare out and leak out in transition, but you want to try to go as fast as possible, try to drive all the way. We're going to get free throws. That's huge as well. Try to get to the free throw line, get easy points. You're just trying to score as easily as possible with this Bob Dandridge card. There's a lot of different ways to try to score and a lot of different methods, because I want to talk about that leak out method. I want to talk also about backdoor cutting, because a lot of those methods can work. You want to try to green your free throws and not be stupid like me and miss. But again, so what we're going to do here is we're going to leave him wide open from three, right? Or leave the CPU open. Now, they're not going to shoot it because they're stupid, but see how he took that shot? I'm going to leak out here, and we get the rebound. Now I can throw this leak out pass, and there's a good chance we might catch him off guard. We might have a little bit of a mismatch. And again, I'm timing these layups because that's the best way to be able to green them and get the most amount of layups to drop. So if they take a wide open three, what you guys can do there, just if they take a 3-pointer, you can basically just leak out in transition. Again, we got another bump steal. Now we're going all the way to the rim, and we're getting another layup to go. That to me is the best way to do this challenge, is just literally by leaking out in transition, running a ton of pick and roll out of the corners, getting bump steals. That's the best way to do this. Do not shoot a 3-pointer. I'm telling you guys, it is not going to work. Shooting threes with this card is just not going to work. He literally does not have a green window. It is genuinely impossible. But now you guys can see the gold cards are in the game. So now it should make getting bump steals a lot easier. Now, am I going to get one in this first possession because I said that? Probably not, but I'll try to show you guys some more possessions. This point guard also never shoots three, so if you want to do the method where you're going to leak out, you kind of have to basically force him into another player that's going to shoot, which is like nobody on this team. Nobody likes to shoot the ball except for George Gerving and like Allen Houston, but he's going to drive in. We're going to play good defense. Again, see how we're leaking out in transition, and then we're going to look to cut in. Again, we got him down low. We're going to go for a layup there. We're not going to get it to drop, but that's perfectly okay. We had a good chance to score. Now, another tip I'm going to give you guys, if Bob Dandridge starts getting tired, make sure to use your timeouts. I want you guys in the first or second quarter, probably second quarter once he actually gets tired, is to use your guys' timeouts as effectively as possible, because you do not want him getting injured and you do not want him struggling when he's like gasping for air. So I'm not going to play until that point. Again, we're going to leak out here, try to see him in transition. Robert Covington, throw that down full court. Sometimes those passes aren't going to work, but maybe it gets the defender off balance. And I'm going to show you guys the backdoor method here. So what you guys can also do is pull up the icons by clicking LB. You guys can tap X onto Bob Dandridge, and you can click Y to send him on a backdoor cut. Now, is this going to work every single time? No. We get a little bit lucky there. The CPU doesn't get the steal, and we're able to get that dunk. Again, we're up to 13 points here in the first quarter. I'm trying to explain everything, so I'm not like trying to get this done as fast as possible. I'm trying to obviously explain every single method, but again, we get another bump steal into a wide open dunk. That is now 15 points. But again, as you guys can see, we're getting kind of low on stamina. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to intentionally foul here. All right, we're going to foul, and now we're going to spam our timeouts. We have a full timeout, and then we also have 6 normal timeouts I think that we can use. So again, if Bob Dandridge is getting tired for you, if he's struggling because he's gasping for air, he's blinking stamina, and you're worried about him getting injured later into the game, make sure to spam use your timeouts to get him more energy to help you score easier. I'm telling you, it makes the world of difference to have more stamina on your card, and it also is going to reduce the chance of Bob Dandridge getting injured, because I've heard a lot of people that has had that happen to them. They're in like the third quarter with like 4 more points to go, and then Bob Dandridge gets injured, and now you have to literally replay the entire challenge, and that just wastes so much time. So again, spam call your timeouts, get him up in stamina. He's now back up to 75%. That means he's probably not going to get injured. It's going to make him score, make him run faster, all the type of stuff to help you guys out. And again, it is going to be a very hard challenge to do. Try to get your bump steals, try to run in transition, make sure you don't foul out, run pick and rolls out of the corner. That's the best way to do this challenge. Again, it is going to be very hard to complete. It is going to probably take you a couple quarters, 2 or 3 quarters, to be able to complete the 37 points. But those are all my best tips and tricks. Now, I think the only other one that people are struggling with, I'm not even going to talk about Kenyon Martin because that one is super easy to complete. But the only other one that I've seen people struggle with is the Robert Parish one. And I can understand it is a bit of a challenge, but I'll tell you guys something that's super easy to do, right? For the double that you have to get, that's what you guys have to do to complete this challenge, is you have to get a double with Robert Parish, and you are facing a good card at the center position. I think it's Galaxy Opal Kareem, so it does cause some challenges and it can be a little bit hard to complete this one. It's not as difficult as Bob Dandridge. I know that's the one that most people do end up struggling with, but I do think this one is actually very easy to complete once you figure out what to do, because the points might take a little bit, but I wouldn't even focus on rebounds. I would say for the double, the 2 ways that I've done it on my main account and on my no money spent was literally just by doing points and also assists. So on defense, you can try to go for defensive rebounds, but again, I just personally like to go for points, and I like to go for assists. But if you want to leave Magic wide open, sometimes he does end up taking the jump shot. Kareem will take that release and you can try to go for defensive rebounds. But again, that's not what I personally like to do. What I like to do is honestly just run pick and roll every single time, and you're going to eventually score out of that. It might not be the first couple possessions. You know, Kareem is a really good defensive card, but doing this is honestly the best way to get those 10 points. And again, if it takes you a quarter or 2 or 2 quarters or 3 quarters to complete, you have the time necessary. You have a full 5-minute quarter game just to get a double. Don't stress by trying to get the rebounds. Don't stress by trying to shoot threes or anything with this card in mid ranges or try to get rebounds. Literally just run pick and roll on the offensive end and get assists. Now the assists are very easy to do, so all you literally have to do is score 10 points with this card. Again, we have 4 on the first 2 possessions. This isn't going to be that hard if you just run pick and roll and you make a good pass on the inside. Again, trying to go for bump steals can also work as well. We almost got the steal there on Kareem. You can even try the leak out method too if you guys want to. So if, you know, they're going to take a bad shot here, which they don't, but you can maybe leak out with Robert Ory if you guys want to. But again, for this, just get the double with points and assists, and then just focus on getting the 10 points because the 10 assists is obviously going to be very easy to complete. So again, going to try to run a pick and roll. Probably not going to work here because we're not in a good position. And yeah, that's totally okay. You're not going to score every single time, but I do think just spamming pick and roll, trying to make a pass on the inside is the best way to score with this card. But again, same sort of situation. If Robert Parish, if Robert Parish is getting tired and you're worried about him getting injured, or you're worried about him just struggling to score, do whatever, run up and down the court, again, use your timeouts, spam your timeouts. It is going to make the world of difference, and I promise you guys, you're going to want to use your timeouts in both this challenge and also the Bob Dandridge challenge as well. So again, we're going to try to find him on the inside. It doesn't work out. That's perfectly okay. You're pretty much just trying to get the 10 assists, or sorry, trying to get the 10 points, because I can promise you guys the 10 assists are going to be super easy to complete. You're just trying to get the 10 points. Once you get that, get the 10 assists, and then you're done this challenge very easily. I'll try to show you guys maybe another method. You could also, if you guys want to, run the backdoor method. Again, you should be in a 5-out freelance, but if we can get him to the top of the key here, which I don't know why he's not going to the top, but we can also try setting him on a backdoor cut. I don't know if it really works with Robert Parish just because of his speed and also going up against Kareem. So again, I think for this one, just running pick and roll is going to be the best way to do it. So hopefully this did help you guys out, especially for the Bob Dandridge challenge. I know these challenges can be very hard and very complex and a little bit confusing, especially the Bob Dandridge one. I'm telling you guys, I know it is super hard to complete. It was very hard for me to complete as well, but I hope you guys did find this video helpful for the full breakdown of how to complete these challenges. Again, for the Lowry one, to try to kick out to the 3-point line, super easy to complete. For the Dandridge, we talked about a lot of different methods in that one. And then for the Robert Parish, run pick and roll, get your 10 points, get your 10 assists, super easy to complete. And then Kenyon Martin, I mean, this card's actually really good. If you're struggling to score with him, just run pick and roll again, try to find him on the inside. Again, do the kick out to the 3-point line, do pick and pops, all the type of stuff. Do work with Kenyon Martin. And yeah, again, trying to get bump steals. Bump steals are going to be your best friend, especially in the Bob Dandridge challenge. Getting those easy transition dunks, layups, whatever they are, super easy to complete if you can get bump steals. But hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. If you guys did in any single way enjoy this video, find it helpful, something helped you out, give me a like down below, or sorry, drop a like down below, I should say, and subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.